Alright, you weirdos, here it is as promised. The second TD-3 by Behringer that I've modded. Now, I wasn't satisfied just giving this the Squirgable mod again. So, I did, of course, give it the Squirgable mod, but I thought, can we just spice this up a little bit? So, I decided, what the heck? Let's add another mod. So I poked around. Now we got a second switch here. It goes the opposite way, just because once I've installed it, I noticed one of the legs was like really loose. I didn't want to connect it to that leg, so this one is on when it's to the right and off to the left. And this one is on when it's to the left and off to the right. So what does it do? It's kind of like the kitten here. Trying to get pet. It's kind of like taking it out of tune, making it sound really weird. You can use that with the other mod too. It doesn't really make a difference really with the other mod, but when you do have the other mod on and you have this mod on and you stop it, like you stop the pattern, you can actually hold a note. You can actually hold whatever note, but it'll like hold it a little bit differently than it sounds. But once you hold that note, you can change it a little bit with the tuning knob and with the volume knob. The volume knob acts as like a separate tuning knob, with the lowest tuning at the very middle point, but with the highest tuning, a slightly higher tuning towards max, and an even higher tuning towards minimum. Until you hit another, you get to about almost to the lowest point. Then it just cuts out and goes a little bit lower in pitch, and then it gets real airy. It's kind of weird. So yeah, this cat's gonna not let me really film this. So I'm gonna set the camera down and give you all a brief little demo here. We're playing it out of my home built speaker. It is, the head unit is a Yamaha GA10 guitar amp. And our speaker is a curb special, which means I picked it up on the curb someone was throwing away. It's a non-name, just cheapo speaker that I've turned into an amp. I still need to integrate that head unit. I'll do that later though. So yeah, I wanted to build an amp that was a little more clear, so I could play some synths and other things through it, and there we go. Now we got it. We got our... And it actually plays audio through all three speakers on the amp, so that's interesting. So first you're going to hear the held note that I have, and then I'm going to hold that, then I'm going to switch the note, then I'm going to play you a pattern, and yeah, it's going to sound really weird. So the second mod I came up with, I don't know why I came up with this name. I just call it the Arcade Donkey. I don't know why I call it that. I just did. It's just what came to my head. You can also call it the Sad Arcade. I thought of that too, but I'm like, that's too emo. Let's just call it Donkey Arcade. So, Donkey Arcade. I don't know why. This is a Squirgable Donkey Arcade. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not going to be modding another one of these TD-3s. So, this thing's going to be priced to sell. Now, even with the mods all the way off, it doesn't sound stock because the trim pots have been edited to give it a slightly different flavor. Yeah. And also so the mods worked better with it. So I'm going to give you a little playthrough. You're not going to see me playing it because the cat's going to knock the camera off if I set it anywhere. He's really in the mood to get pet. So, listen up now. I'm going to stop talking. But first you'll hear the held note. You'll hear me edit it. Then we'll do a pattern. And I'm going to throw on some overdrive to that sound. Listen to that real quick. That's the difference. All right, let's hear this. Hey, oh my God, the cat's just pulling things, knocking over cords and everything. All right, let's do this. Now let's play something, alright? Let's turn our mods off first. And play some... Let's play something stupid. No. Still on that new mod. Sorry, the cat keeps knocking my hands away. Alright, so this is with no mod, and then I'm about to throw on the new mod, the Donkey Arcade mod, which is really stupid, but I just came up with it. Now, you can like delete certain tones from the pattern by lowering the volume on your little dial. So I will display that. We're going to set the volume. We're setting the volume to 50% first. Then I'm going to work my way down to 0. And then I'm just going to set it back to 50% and work my way up to 100. So let's hear that first. With no mods engaged. Let's engage our new mod. That's paused off. Now notice it kind of throws some of the pattern into the background when we lower our volume down to the minimum. This mod does affect the volume knob and does some weird stuff to our synth. Who knows what other mysteries are inside? Let's continue. Now I notice it'll add a bit of, it kind of gets rid of your whole squelchiness, you know, the acidy sound of the resonance way up. But if you do turn the volume to max, you do get a little bit of that squelchiness back, as you can hear here. You can barely hear it. If you were here, you would be able to hear it. These two mods don't really interact too well, but they're kind of separate. Now let's play our traditional Squirkable mod. Let's get to a normal sound real quick. Let's throw it on. That's it on. And off. You can, sometimes it's very subtle, and you can quickly flick the switch back and forth to get a little character to the sound, a little bit of fun, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So let's experiment with that. I know that's bad timing, but that's just giving you a gist of the idea. Now we're going to throw in the distortion. This is first with the mod off, then with the mod on. This is the built-in distortion. Now let's throw it on the mod. the distortion with the mod on, I just love it. It goes almost all the way to, goes like where it cuts it off almost all the way at the top of the cutoff. Mod off. Mod on. And throw it back on. Now, this time I'm going to throw on the regular squirkable mod. Donkey mod will be off. Distortion will be on our TD-3, but we're also going to add in some drive from our Yamaha GA10 amp. And I want to show you how well that synergizes with the distortion of this TD-3 with the traditional squirkable mod engaged. So, so let's hear the TD-3 squirkable mod with the distortion on, and then you will hear me turn on the drive on my amp. Got a little weirdness going in there, a little bit of scratchy, dusty noise. Let's throw in our other mod, just make things really weird, right? And then we can go right back to the other sound and turning it off. Well, thank you for stopping by, checking out the new TD-3 with the Squirgable mod and the Arcade Donkey or Donkey Arcade. I can't even remember anymore. Who cares, right? I think it's Arcade Donkey, but it doesn't really matter. Sad Donkey, Arcade Donkey, Donkey on Fire, Donkey, I don't know, whatever. So this is it. Pretty weird. I think it does lend itself to slower patterns. Just letting it grind on those notes. Just the destruction of them. And how you can play with the volume knob to get weird sounds out of it now as almost like a modding source of its own. So thank you for stopping by to check out this TD-3. I'm sorry that I didn't play it through my mixer, but the way I was cranking it up, I didn't want to accidentally like clip in there and then have to redo the whole thing. So I just wanted to get this video out to y'all quickly so I can get this for sale. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'm still on the fence about selling it or not. You know, I mean, like, it's cool. I kind of want to keep it, but at the same time, you know, I got bills to pay, so there's always that. So yeah, for old time's sake, let's start it again, just for a few more seconds. Sorry if I breathe a little too heavy. Got weird stuff going on here. Let's turn off the drive on our amp. Pretty weird stuff going on here. So stupid, but I love it. And remember, we still got this little bit of weirdness we can throw in and just change it all to back to kind of weirdness, but normal. So stupid, I love it. Listen to that. This is so stupid. Alright, so that was enough of this. Yeah, I kept you here longer than I was going to, but I wanted to give y'all a little visual playthrough. Now that the cat got out of the way, I actually could do it without it getting knocked out of my hand. So this is it, the TD-3 Squirkable mod with Arcade Donkey mod, or you could just call it the Squirkable mod 2.0, whatever. Definitely a weirdo right here, man. Very weird. Like, you can do some really experimental stuff. Very experimental stuff. Like, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but there's an English duo called Otaker who make, like, IDM kind of music, for lack of a better term. It's very weird, out there electronic music. Their stuff is great, though. Their newest album, we're not going to start some drama, but I'm not a fan of that one as much as some of the other ones. But maybe it's their weakest one yet. Don't crucify me, please. But I do love their stuff, so yeah. If you like them, you might have liked what you just heard. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. What's next? I don't know. Y'all do remember this thing that I modded? Well, there's another. Oh, the cat is back. Baron is back. Baron the kitten. This little kitten ran away, but I got him. You thought you could escape. I'm just kidding, but I found him. He was all well and good. I found him a day later or so. So, alright, I'll see you all. This kitten wants attention. It was not really a kitten. I still call him a kitten, you know. So, yeah, there it is. Thank you for checking this out. See you guys. And yeah, I do apologize if the audio was just out of that amp. But I kind of want to jam. I wanted to jam along and not really put too much effort into this video. I've been running amok all day and just want to get this out there quickly to y'all. So I'll see you all in the next video. Wherever that may be.